this is the truth, so it had to be done. I wanted to postpone it actually to the end of the year, but I was like, what if I die? I wasn't really planning to, tell like people because I knew this was very shocking. Like my background, like just looking at it, like super Christian. You know what I mean? She eventually saw me, doing prayers during Salat. She saw me, doing that, and this really outraged her a lot, man. She said, you didn't think it through. You didn't, she said a lot of things, man. And at that point, man, I really couldn't, get to her. You know how, like she was so filled up with emotion. It wasn't like anything I said wouldn't register. I didn't know it was gonna get to the point where she told me like, well, you can't, you can't practice Islam under my roof. Basically what she told me. And I don't know what Allah has planned for me, and I'm gonna continue searching that, man. But I know one thing for sure. Allah will be with me throughout this journey, man. Allah will provide. So I'm not too concerned, man.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the realest podcast in the dunya, the three Muslims. We are joined here with a very special guest, a new recent revert to Islam, although he looks like he's been Muslim all his life, mashallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, brothers. Good to
All
be
right,
here.
alhamdulillah. Bro, so what you see right now is your Muslim name, right? But your real name is Dalton.
Yes, my
Alhamdulillah.
name is Dalton Kazimoto, but this is my name that I chose for my Muslim.
Do you want us to refer to you as Dalton or Uthman?
Whichever works for you guys, whichever works for you. I don't know which one that works for me.
So
Perfect.
what does it mean, Uthman al-Barak?
Well, so I actually read, like I was reading the Quran, and I read that one of the prophet's cousin Uthman, and I kind of liked his story a little bit, man. And Al Baraka means the blessed one, so I
MashaAllah.
feel blessed. So that's why I
MashaAllah.
Mashallah.
that name.
Bro, without
Yo,
further ado,
let me get out the chat. Let me change my name to the Arabic name that I got.
this man. All right. So, in the meantime, while he comes back in the intermission, I want you to quickly start your revert story. Tell us everything, bro. Tell us about how you grew up, where you are, what you followed growing up, about your family, and how long you've been Muslim, bro. Go into it all.
All right, Bismillah, Bismillah. So just recently, not too long ago, I actually just reverted to Islam. I believe this was about right after my birthday. So my birthday was September 10th, and about 3 days later, I was like, I think this is a move to convert. I had been thinking about this for a long time because prior to this, in my country, there's like a good percentage of Muslims. So it's about like a 50-50 percentage. I'm from Tanzania originally. And, I've kind of grown up seeing like the Muslim community over there. So it wasn't something new. And it came up to me very recently, like around 2019, 2020, during the pandemic, where I've actually had the time to, you know, really get into, Islam and read about it and kind of obviously I'm still in the learning stages, so I'm not really, I can't say, oh, I know this, but for me it just took time to listen to the Quran, and now I'm reading it again to say this is the truth. So it had to be done. I wanted to postpone it actually to the end of the year, but I was like, what if I die, you know
Mhm.
the next day or in a week before December. I mean, it would be a shame if I didn't take that decision. So alhamdulillah, I'm glad I'm here. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, bro.
Alhamdulillah, bro. Alhamdulillah. So, tell us how you were introduced to Islam.
Um, one of my
By the way, you grew up in the States.
Well, okay, so I was born in Tanzania, but I
Hmm.
moved to United States when I was about 12 years old. So yeah, you can say I grew up here. I'm about 24 right now. So, half and half. So I grew up 12 years here. So both I had both of the influence, both of my countries. Um, I'll say the way I was introduced, there's this one guy, I don't know if you guys follow MMA, by the name of Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yep.
Um, one of my, you know, I, I train MMA, and I see this guy, the way he carry himself, the way he, treats people, the way he conducts himself in public, mashallah. And I'm like, that guy is amazing. And, every time when he gets interviewed, sometimes they ask him about his Islam. He's never afraid to, talk about it, his religion. And you can tell, like, this is a big part of his life, and he doesn't let all the other noise kind of affect, how he should interact with people. So I would say that's one of his story and kind of his background allowed me to kind of gauge the interest first, and then the rest was just me kind of going by myself. I didn't really talk to anybody in person. I think when I started listening to the Quran, I ran to a few people, a couple friends of mine, who are friends of mine now, that kind of enhanced that experience. But I'll say Habib definitely, you know, began that
Mm,
I guess journey.
mashallah.
Mashallah, mashallah. Tell me a little bit about, or tell the viewers about what you were telling me last night, that uh, your first experience with Islam. It wasn't actually reading something, but it was something else.
Hmm. Let me think. Um, could you like refresh my memory a little bit?
About you listening to a recitation for the first time.
Okay, okay, great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, man. So, um, obviously, I'm always constantly like I listen to Adhan all the time. I feel like that's like Adhan recitations. I'm always constantly listening to this. When I wake up, sometimes I listen to it. Now I've gotten to the point where I actually enjoy kind of remembering and trying to recite it, and I'll just find myself like A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim, Bismillah rahmani rahim, stuff like that. So, you know, yeah, man. So, yeah, that's that.
Mashallah, mashallah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Bro, pause before you continue. You know what's
mm,
crazy? You know how like sometimes you look at something and then you just kind of zone out and you just kind of, but like looking at the person and then like the background just kind of like blends.
mhm,
Like, you're not really focused on the background, you focus on the person.
Mm,
Brother, right now, as like I'm talking to you and I'm looking at you, like
mm,
your hat is blending in with the background. And then it almost looks like a little face just like cropped in there. Like you know how on Snapchat you can just like have like this random thing and then like crop your face in.
mm.
mhm.
That's what I'm seeing when I'm talking to the brother right now. I just had to throw that out there. That was funny.
Damn, mashallah, bro. I feel that, bro. I feel that. You can see the note on his face, right? Like the
Yeah,
glow. It's real.
mashallah.
Yeah.
Mashallah.
I mean, I
Okay.
don't use Snapchat, so I guess I don't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like where they would have like some random little animation, and then you can just like plug your little photo in there, and then it'll
Mm,
show your face with the animation.
got it.
That's what
Mhm.
I. That's what it looks like right now. So I
Bro,
just thought it was
definitely,
funny.
definitely
Yeah,
don't get Snapchat, and definitely don't add Angel on Snapchat.
please don't,
You
bro.
you
Please
won't be getting
don't.
the weirdest snaps, bro. MashaAllah. Allah Mubarak, bro. But that aside, bro,
Mm,
growing up in the West, in
mm,
America, bro, you got
mm,
all these misconceptions about Islam. You got the Fox News narrative. Parents sometimes, I don't want to say they're brainwashed, but they kind of fall into this trajectory a little bit. So,
right.
how has your parents, your family, how have they taken it, bro?
Oh man, this is you know, obviously very recently, I go like so today is what, October 7th, right? So
Eight.
about maybe not to Yeah, 8th, right? So it's coming up on a week, so almost a month. So it's like about 3 weeks right now. And I wasn't really planning to, tell like people because I knew this was very shocking. Like my background, like just looking at it, like super Christian. You know what I mean? I'm talking about on my dad's side, everybody is Christian there. My mom's side, everybody is Christian there. So, I had an aunt of mine, and she told me that, in your journey, this is going to be something shocking. So, um, you kind of just keep it low right now. Just keep doing you. Get to know the dean, and that was kind of my approach. However, how long can you go like that? You know what I mean? So eventually, I was here at my house, and my mom's house, excuse me. And she eventually saw me, doing prayers during salat. She saw my we call it the prayer mat, salah. We call that salah in Swahili. I don't know how you call it in English. But she saw me doing that, and this really outraged her a lot, man. It really, like, it was like she was fired up, man, and not fired up in a good way, of course. So
No way.
she definitely saw me, like, she had came back from from a trip, and then she saw me. She saw the mat, and I was trying to rush my way to go grab the mat so she couldn't see the mat, right? But she had already seen it. So she came, I came there, and so she asked me, so, are you Muslim? I was like,
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Takbir, Allahu Akbar.
I know, bro.
Yeah, man, it was, I had to say, man, I was like, yeah, I am. And I could see, she was very hurt by this decision. And she said, you didn't think it through. You didn't, she said a lot of things, man. And at that point, man, I really couldn't, get to her. You know how, women tend to be a lot emotional. And like she was so filled up with emotion. It wasn't like anything I said wouldn't register. You know what I mean? So in my head at that time, I was just like, I was very calm. I'm usually a very calm guy. I don't like overreact to anything, like even if it's like a lot of noise, I'm kind of just like, you know, some people may say I smile a lot, but I may have like a poker face sometimes when I'm, listening to somebody, right? And like slight smile. And so you know, she took that as maybe like, oh, everything she's saying to me is not getting through. And yeah, she's like, like, what's your family gonna think? And my grandmother is really, really religious Catholic. Like she's always praying. God bless her heart, man. She's a great woman for sure. She's in Christianity, like for the people who in Christianity, that would be like an example. But she's like, what if I tell your grandma this? Like, this might kill her. She said like a lot of egregious things, man. Like, and I'm like, subhanallah, God, please make this easy for me at that point. You know what I mean? So um I didn't say much. I just said a few words, man. I was like, it's not really, it was my free will, and nobody really influenced me. And this was kind of my decision. And yeah, that's all I said. And she kind of went upon her way, and she messaged me like um a couple days later, and she was like, we have to talk, we have to speak. And I was like, sure, why not? And actually, funny enough, I just spoke to her. What was it? So today's Friday. I spoke to her on yesterday, right? Thursday after work. So I knew it was about to be, it was about to get fired up. I knew something was coming, but I didn't know it was going to be to the extent where, she's going to give me like an ultimatum. You know what I mean? So I didn't see that coming. Subhanallah. But I talked to her, and she kind of this time she was even more and more emotional.
Hmm.
Like, oh my God, Dalton, you don't even care about me. This is like, you don't even care how this is gonna affect me and this, a lot. And I listened to her, man. She went on a barrage for like 15, 20 minutes, man. And I was completely engaged, man. I was listening, She was saying like, now you put me in danger, now, I got a call recently that, you know, they asked her to resubmit some documents at her work, and she's like, I don't know, maybe, and I'm right now I'm taking some classes on American national security, right? So she's like, well, with that route, they're definitely not gonna, you being a Muslim, that's gonna be like a red flag. She said a lot of things, brother, a lot of things, man, and like I said, man, I'm not really an overreactive guy, man. So I kind of heard her out, man. It's like with that route, you'll be radicalized, this and that, man. And
Mhm.
I know myself, man. I know who I am, brother. I just know the kind of person I am, man. And Islam is kind of just a way for me to be a better version and do good deeds, man, and try to please Allah. That's my sole goal, man. I had to change my mindset from try and do my own thing to really try and please God. So I know in my heart, man, this is gonna pay off long term. I do not really care about, you know, the life in necessarily here in the world because that's as in the Quran, it's fleeting, man. They always say that. It's about the hereafter. And so I know like this was expected to come, but I didn't know it was gonna get to the point where she told me like, well, you can't, you can't practice Islam under my roof. Basically, what she told me, and she was like, you know, um, yeah, you can't, she was getting annoyed because I was doing salat. Like after I finished that conversation, right, I went outside to do my Asr prayer, right, and I finished my Asr prayer, and she actually had came downstairs and she saw me and she was like, after what we talked, you know, you still, you still doing this, and I was like, Mom, like I have to do my daily prayers. This is obligatory. Like this has to be done. And she's like, but that's disrespectful, this and that. And I was like, Mom, even in the Quran it says you have to be kind and respectful to your parents, which I'm being very kind and respectful, not trying to disrespect you at all. But it also says right after, unless they're trying to turn you away from serving God, turn you away from Islam. And by you telling me that I cannot do my daily prayers, that's kind of what you're doing right now. And she started making comparisons, against non-practicing Muslims. He's like, even the Muslims I reached out to about this, you know, they don't pray 5 times a day. And I'm like, can I at least speak to those guys that you're speaking to? Because in the Quran, it clearly says this is part there's the recommended prayers and there's the
Hmm.
obligatory prayers, which is 5 times a day. This has to be done. So just because they're not doing it does not necessarily mean it's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And she just didn't understand that. And you know, may Allah have mercy on her. Because I still love and care for her a lot, man. And I've been spending a lot of time really praying for her. And because I know it's just ignorance at this point, it's she just doesn't understand the religion. So um,
Hmm.
may Allah make it easy for her. And I think, inshallah, if it's in God's will, um, she'll open her eyes to the truth one day, and she'll know what's up, man. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah,
Bro,
Inshallah, bro.
that's
yeah.
tough, man. But it's really just emotional, like you said, and it's ignorance, and
Yeah.
it's misunderstanding, bro.
Mm,
Because like, wallah, when I became Muslim, and I told my mom, I remember I was in the car, bro,
mm,
and we were driving to the supermarket, and I was like, Mom, I'm Muslim,
mm.
bro. She slammed the brakes on the car, and then she was like, "What?" And, bro, she started popping off saying the most ridiculous things, bro. Saying like, "Oh, like how can you do this? You're gonna be labeled a terrorist. Like, don't tell anyone that you're Muslim because then you're gonna be on the hit list or whatever it was." And she's like, "I can't believe you're doing this." I'm like, listen, all the things that you're saying right now, it's all misunderstandings. You have to, if you want to know the truth, I can tell you, or I can show you. And to this day, she hasn't really asked me about it, or she hasn't asked to see it. It's like she just kind of let me be. But it's women are emotional, bro, in that sense.
Hmm. Bro,
Yeah,
Akhi, when you said that your mom isn't gonna let you practice Islam under her roof, what does that even mean, bro?
like, dude, I just can't. Like, I have to be. You know, she said, she literally told me like yesterday, like, you wanna do that? Go to that guy who converted you and practice at their house. That's what she told me. You know what I mean? So, and so she basically, I can't, you know, anywhere around this place. I just can't. She can't see me.
But I just want to
Right.
know what the big deal is. Like, what's so ground shattering that she can't have you practice Islam, that she can't have you submit to God, that she can't have you pray under her roof. Like, what's really the main reason here? Like, what's going on? Like, what if I was you, I'd try to find like that root cause as to like why she's acting in this way.
Well, brother, I think I know what it is, man. Like, and I'll just be real with you, man. In the past, I definitely, put my mom through some stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I mean, so in the past, I was kind of, and just recently, man, starting like 2020, man, when I actually began this spiritual journey, man, and eventually made this decision to come to Islam, man. I had put my mom through some ups and downs, man, and and at points when I used to even not even talk to her brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so she may have some, trauma based on that, man, because I was going through some stuff on my own and I was kind of putting it on her. But
Mm,
I've changed ever since. So she feels like she, even sometimes when she talks, she's like, Dalton, you always go against me. You know what I mean? So she kind of has a previous trauma in
mm,
the past. So she's connecting this to the past. Although I've been pretty much more conscious about everything that I do,
mm, mm,
now, and kind of to be a better man. I'm not perfect, but I'm always seeking to improve every time, man. So it was just like a shocking blow, and it kind of just reminded her of, perhaps like the way things I've done in the past, man. But like I said to you in the beginning, man, I made a like when I converted to Islam, man. I'm an adult, man. Right now, man, I can't sit here and act and do some of the things that I may have done in the past, may have hurt people, because that's not supporting Islam, man. In Islam, it says, even your relatives, man, regardless of your relationships with them, you have to kind of maintain that peace. It tells you this. In Islam, it said Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't like the arrogant and the boastful. It says that. So I had to kind of tune my pride down, you know what I mean? And really became, if I say I'm going to be a Muslim, I have to walk the talk, man. And that was the whole me. And, so just a combination of that, man, and the kind of person I used to be, man, kind of hit the nerve, man. And, like, I have to show her, man, that, I'm really trying to be better, man. That's my goal, bro. I just want to serve Allah, bro. Dude, forget what I want, bro.
yeah.
Forget like all this stuff that I did, man. I made that chance, man. I can't be intentionally trying to do wrong. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I have self awareness now, dude. Like obviously I'm like I had self awareness since I was young, but now like if you know this is an egregious thing, if you know you're hurtful to somebody by doing this, why still do it? I can't live like that, man. So, um, man, Allah guide me to
Repeat that again,
yeah,
if you
man.
don't mind. Repeat that one more time.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, I just can't
If
live.
if you do something that hurts someone,
Mm,
why would you continue? I think that's something along the lines of what you said.
yeah, man. Yeah, I just can't. If I know something is hurtful and detrimental to somebody, or even detrimental to myself in my relationship with Allah, then I can't consciously do it. Because
Mm,
remember what the Quran says: Allah knows what's in everyone's hearts. So, so you may say like, oh, I might be trying to do some sneaky stuff out here, man. But just remember, Allah knows what's in your heart. So I can't really say that, try to do stuff that's, you know, gonna go against Allah, man, and call myself a Muslim, man. I don't want to live that life. And I'm going to
Mm,
do my best, man. I'm going to do my best, man. With the grace
mashallah.
of Allah, man.
May Allah
With the,
make it easy for you, Akhi. I mean, so since you reverted, you've been trying to hit all five daily prayers, you know.
yeah.
Um, we all know, guys. Anyone watching, this doesn't make you an exceptional Muslim. This just makes you a Muslim. Like this is borderline. You're not getting brownie points for this. However, at the same time, bro, mama is always gonna see you as a little boy. This is with all men, right? No matter how old you get, she was the one changing your diapers. She's the one that raised you, fed you, clothed you, you know? So to some degree, I feel like being on your own and severing this tie, not in a, not saying cut your parents off and go ghost, but being alone and like really taking time to reflect, you know? Prophet Sallallahu said that good company is better than no company, but no company is better than bad company, you know?
Mm.
And oftentimes it's times that we take it upon ourselves. So this being said, that this is the current state of what's gonna happen. What are you gonna do, bro? What's your plan coming forward? Because you definitely can't be around it now practicing Islam.
Yeah, man, that's a good question, man. I wish I had like a well thought out plan about what I'm about to do in like 3 months, man. But I haven't kind of really planned it out, man. I think right now, alhamdulillah, I had some couple friends reach out to me regarding this, and they said, "Hey, man, you can stay here for a week or whatever, and as you figure something out, man." So, I reached out also to my coach. I'm still waiting to hear back, my MMA coach, and see, for me right now, alhamdulillah, like I'm not in like you know crazy situation. Like I'm not. There's some people who have went worse than me, right? So I just need a place where I can, at least, still work and do my thing. So I think a few people have reached out to me, and I'm gonna do that while I figure something, a place to stay, and inshallah Allah will provide. Inshallah Allah will provide. So
Inshallah. And where are you at? Phoenix, Arizona, right?
yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, sounds good. Guys, if any of you are watching this and you live in the Phoenix, Arizona area in America, uh, or if you know anyone there that can help him out, either a friend or just some Muslim that can, he's very new into Islam, or give him a place to stay, just hook him up. Anyone knows anything, hit us up on Instagram at the three Muslims, or our email, the three Muslims at gmail.com. We gotta show them what it's all about. Show some love in the comments too, because this is what the Dean teaches us. All right, love for your brother, what you love for yourself. Aside from that, bro, what is your long term goal? Because I know short term it's a little turbulent, but what
Right,
did you envision long term?
right. Yeah, it's a good question, man. I like that question. Um, so as far as my long term plans, man, I right now I currently want to do some work in my country in Tanzania, specifically with the youth over there. I feel like very drawn in and called. But at the same time, man, I'm still in this stage where I'm still constantly praying and seeing if this is Allah's plan for me, because maybe I'm still trying to distinguish whether this is the plan for Allah for me, or so I'm still one further confirmation here. But I just want to go there, man, and work with the youth over there because I feel like that's the spot. You know, that's my calling, man. I really like engaging with teaching people, man, and I feel like even now with Islam, man, I feel like that could be potentially an avenue where I could, you know, given as I continue to grow in knowledge and understanding, um, eventually kind of work with a young people there and just my goal is just to teach them to do the right thing and go the right way, man. So whether
Hmm.
that's implementing Islam, whether that's implementing taking care of yourself, instilling confidence amongst people, or instilling treating people the right way amongst this youth in order for them to succeed. Give them some platforms. Given that I'm in the U.S. here, I hear a lot of the youth over there. They always complain to me like, "Hey, man, it's really hard. It's really challenging." So, if Allah, blesses me to be in a point where I'm able to afford and allow them to give me that platform to kind of help out, man, and I feel like that'll be a definite state of fulfillment for me, inshallah. At the same time, I want to serve Allah, man. So, yeah, that's
Inshallah. We were in class last night, me and Anha uh, and Rami, and we were learning how dawah it's not something that we have a choice. Once you become Muslim and you acknowledge that this is the objective truth of reality, you have to share it, bro. Like the Prophet ﷺ said, convey from me even if it's one ayah. Like you don't have to become a scholar. You know what I mean? So, akhlaq, leading by example, and all that, we already have to do it. But active dawah, we got to do it through our actions first and foremost, no matter what, and verbally when we can. Aside from that, bro, it's 6 a.m. So I know we got to wrap it up. But I got one last question for you, real quick. How
100%.
at peace are you now that you found the truth and you know it's the truth?
Bro, you could see it on him, bro. He doesn't even have to answer that.
Yeah, man. Oh my God, dude. I mentioned this to you the evening when I talked to you yesterday, brother. But despite like when I was talking to my mom, God bless her heart. Um, Despite her saying all these things, man, she said a lot, man. And I usually, yeah, I may cry here and there. I only cry when I do prayer most of the time. That's when I cry, man. But I actually cried like after. I didn't cry in front of her, but I did cry as I left. You know what I mean? And but when she was telling me all this, man, I was like, I'm the decision was made, and I'm really content. Like it didn't occur to me like, let me change to appease her. It didn't occur to me at any point, bro. At any point, despite all the noise, bro. The noise was, come on, and I was listening to it. It's not like I was ignoring. I was listening to everything. But at any point, it did not occur to me that I gotta change this, man. So, um, I know it's gonna be a crazy journey, but I'm completely at peace, man, and I know, um, you know, I don't know what Allah has planned for me, and I'm gonna continue searching that, man. But I know one thing for sure: Allah will be with me throughout this journey, man. Allah will provide. So I'm not too concerned, man. So Allah, dude, what you gotta do if Allah is on your side, man? Like,
Mhm.
well, why should you worry, man? So, I mean, that's it, man. Alhamdulillah, man. I don't know what to say, bro. I'm just
Alhamdulillah,
happy,
bro.
bro. It is,
Bro,
it is,
you ain't gotta say nothing, bro.
yes, sir,
It
bro.
shows on your face, man.
Yes, sir.
MashaAllah.
Mashallah, mashallah.
MashaAllah. All right, I don't know. You got anything else to say?
I want to ask you about MMA, man. How long you been doing MMA?
Well, it's a good question, man. I haven't been doing it crazy long, man. I think I started that was a February of this year,
Mm-hmm.
2021. I said, well, yeah, end of January, beginning of February, right? I started that, and man, it's great, man. I want to actually get to a point where I'm you know I know exactly how to defend myself. Obviously, we're not trying to do this to incite any violence, but
Yeah,
for self protection here, man, in
yeah,
case anything happens, man. But it's fun, man. I like getting there, man. Doing my jujitsu, man.
yeah,
Doing my
yeah.
time, man. It's great stuff, man.
It
You
is,
do that
man.
too?
I do it as well. So alhamdulillah,
Sure.
I know exactly what you mean.
Definitely, man. How
And
long have
bro,
you
it I'd say for a little in total, all like condensed in a year.
been? So,
Because there were like breaks here and there,
mm,
things that came up. But
Injuries.
yeah, injuries, bro. Injuries are something
yeah,
serious.
you got
But
stretch. You gotta get that
yeah,
stretch.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, in my case, I actually overstretched. I was too ambitious in my stretching. I was too ambitious, and then I pulled my hip flexor groin area,
Mm,
and I've just been healing up since then. But enough, and not to get about me, but what I wanted to say, the last thing I want to say to you is, I think training MMA is quite possibly like one of the best forms of ibadah outside of the obligatory things and outside of like the religious things.
mm,
Because think about this, right? What is one of the things that every single human has inside of them that like
Fitra.
when fitra, of course, but I'm referring to like, let's say you're in a situation where it's a little sus.
mm,
Like maybe you see this individual, this group of
Your
people,
instinct.
yeah, and like something's going on. It's like you want to be able to defend yourself. So it's like a part of you, if you don't know how to defend yourself, a part of you has fear in
mm,
this situation. And it's like, bro, at the end of the day, we're only supposed to fear Allah. So when someone knows how to defend themselves, like it takes that fear of the situation or that fear of another human being away completely. Because one, you know that you can defend yourself, and two, you can rest easy because you know that Allah is the best sustainer, and He's nothing is going to be by mistake here.
mm.
And like, of course, you can say, well, you can have that from the rip. That is true. But if you don't know how to defend yourself the way that our minds work, the way that our psychology works,
Mm.
we're probably going to have some fear because we don't want to, no one wants to be oppressed. No one wants to be in that situation and be helpless, not be able to do anything in that situation. So
100%.
alhamdulillah, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I didn't really think of it like that, bro. But now you kind of open my eyes into a different shift in mindset on how to view martial arts, and I feel like that will be definitely a even
MashaAllah,
greater thing to pursue. Mashallah.
bro. Bro, may Allah accept it from me and from you, bro, because that is something recently that has come to me. Because
Mm,
before it was just like, oh, I want to fight, I want to do MMA
mm,
because like I like doing it, it's fun. But then like when you get real deep into it, like I'm sure it goes way deeper than that. But that's as much as Allah has revealed to me so
mm.
far. So
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
Amazing,
All right.
amazing.
With that being said, if you guys made it this far, smash that like button, hit us up for more content, and until next time, Dalton, Uthman Al Barak, it was a pleasure, man. Jazakallah khair for making the time to spread your truth.
Mm. Thanks, you guys, for having me here. May Allah reward you guys. Thank you.
Ameen ya Rab.
Bro.
And you as well. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam, bro. Salute.
There's another thing too. It's the perseverance aspect too. Like we're more willing to stick through with things that we set out with an intention.
It's impossible to have empathy for others if you're not patient. So may Allah bless you for that.
First off, I'm gonna agree with the fact that the whole thing you said about friends, where it's like if they're affecting you more than you're affecting them, then you should probably get some new friends.